All right, well, there's my Berkeley. It's got a Kawasaki 750 R motor. They did a chain to a chain to a chain, back to rear gas tank, rear sprocket, independent rear suspension on this chassis. And I think we're going to cut it up. So it begins. I should have been videoing this earlier, but we're basically taking everything apart up here. Jonathan's down to the last two bolts in the front, bolt in the back, chain underneath there, all the wires, all the hoses, and then we'll pop this motor out. That's what success looks like. My helper went to bed, but it is out. Man, that little sucker, I handed to the guy who put it in there because it was in there and it was snug. So here's the plan. We are going to put this under the lift. We're going to hook on here, maybe hook on there, and then try to lift the body up while we take everything off it, so that then we can lift it up and slide a frame underneath it. That's a theory anyways. Oh man, I've been going strong. I forgot to video. I didn't video anything. I'm just making a mess. Got the whole front end cleared out of this pretty much. She's empty. Tires off on the back, and now we're stripping this out. So this shouldn't take too much longer. A few bolts here, a few bolts there. Not sure what to do about all that stuff, but it's gonna come out, and then we'll start tearing apart body panels. You know, when the red wrench comes out, it's getting hot. I don't remember if I videoed this, but front end is out. Some surgery in the back. We're gonna take all that out. Getting there. Hammers, chisels, cut off wheels, sawzalls. Nope. Nobody's gonna notice. All right, Jay's backing up the truck for chains because we're gonna tow that monster back here. Except the doors don't say shut. Gotta love having a Bronco. There's the plan. So I got this Toyota chassis. We're gonna knock all these little guys off, knock all the extra bits off, pull the motor out, pull the transmission out, remove this cross member, and then shorten it up, and then we should have a shorty chassis, and we'll go to the next step. There's that. That was actually pretty easy. 35 inches out of there, both sides, wheeler forward. Let's get to cutting. Old cutoff wheel. Whew. That was 35 minutes after dinner, and she is apart. Yup, that's what we're working with. So, what do we have for problems? Well, we cut out all of this and welded this little bar in to hold the headlights up. But this is definitely going to be a problem through here, which we knew. Then there's this frame rail. But more worrisome is how this frame is braced. It's going to be right over this rail. So that's a struggle. And then obviously, tail lights are right where that guy needs to be. So I think shorter leaf springs maybe? Why are we down here? Well, there is a lot of rivets. So we were drilling out rivets in the floor, drilling out rivets here, drilling out rivets through here, because this is it's got to go down. It's got to go down. Yeah, it's just getting worse. I don't know why I'm enjoying this so much, but it's quite destructive. Yeah, I don't know what I've done. All right, so here's the conundrum. This monolithic structure, after we cut that off there, is welded and welded and welded and welded some more. So We're going to weld this little brace across here. It's going to act as a top stop when this drops onto the frame so it doesn't drop too low. We're going to keep it ahead on the flat part of the rails, make sure that works out good. And then we can just cut right through there, and then we'll deal with the front end next. Yeah. Definition of commitment. All right. In order to shorten up the back here, we need to pull this in. The only way that's going to happen, thanks to Lewis, buddy of mine, he's got some 36-inch springs off of a Willys Jeep. So we will cut this off, move it forward, recenter the axle there, so then we can cut this off, and that'll make enough room for the back. Meanwhile, we can cut this off, drop this in. It's going to work. It's all going to work, right? It's all going to work. So surprisingly, that wasn't that bad. Bolts at the back, bolts at the front. I banged them with a hammer. This is not your typical rusty car. Things just popped apart. So I think the plan will be to cut the brackets off the front and the back. Then we'll mount the leaf to this and push it up into place and see where we can get this thing centered up. So we got the rear end in, tack those in, tack the back in. These will look a little vertical, but once we put some weight on there, those will bend back into where they need to be. And then now for our clearance move is to cut this off ahead of this big thing. I might not do it right away. This pipe is probably enough to brace this back and forth, but I don't know. Maybe I'll find one of these little sticks and weld it there and then cut this off. All right, and little torch work, and that is a heck of a lot shorter. There's the piece we cut off. Next. Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close. All right, so problem is we got that little extra bit of material in there on the insides of the fenders. There's fenders just catching the springs. So trim, trim, trim. All right, a subtle amount of surgery later. So we pulled out this whole inner fender. That way, everything's just kind of hanging up on the body. This should go down soon. All right, with the wheel openings kind of lined up, this gets in the front of the nose. So the plan is we're going to cut this off, cut that off, and then we'll move this bar back. This won't be a big truck again, but it'll still be pretty strong. Yep. We shouldn't talk about this. This doesn't need to be said. Oh, there we go. There's the front half. I like the vision. Oh, I like the vision. Oh, this thing's gonna be awesome. Well, there we go. Man, I'm sweating, but that is pretty cool. It is exactly what I envisioned. So this is off to a good start. I'm really liking this. What's next? Well, we've got to shore up the body, get it bolstered in place, sitting on mounts, and then we'll worry about the floor and what kind of engine we're going to stick in it. Austerity's sake, that's the degree we're looking for. Leveled on the ground, because we're going to cut all this stuff off and recreate it over there. We got enough stitched together that I got the back end kind of sitting in place with the doors shut. So we'll start working on the back. The beast. So we welded those up to there, attached that, arced that back. So then it goes down to the frame, which we will create a bolt in later. We did that on both sides, and she's solid as a rock. Oh yeah. Can you see it? I can see it. I think it's gonna be freaking awesome. Well, it's a late night, but that thing rolls. I am so happy. It is exactly what was in the mind's eye, as crazy as that. Well, I got other projects to do. I got to fix Jay's truck. I got to change out the transmission in the red truck. You'll hear about that later. And a little other work on other things, because We had a string of bad luck lately. Next time, make it last garage.